Yeah, that was a tough one to swallow. I felt like we kind of grew into the game and felt pretty good about where we were. And then, credit to them for coming back and for scoring the 2 goals, because I felt like that was a game that it was ready for us to take. So disappointed with the result, but at the same time, I think we'll find some good things in there about the way that we played.
Go to Julia Coe.
Hey, Becky, thank you so much for the time. I wanted to ask about that double substitution for the outside backs. Did both Courtney and Allie need to come out, and just kind of how did you feel that maybe shifted the defensive side of the game from there?
I think we wanted to see what they did at half, and obviously Sonnet and O'Hara both came in for them, and we knew, the fresh legs was going to be something that would be a factor in the game. And I think we just, have trust in our reserves that they can come in and get the job done. And I don't know that really changed the game necessarily. I just think that, it was unfortunate for us that, difficult situation for the first goal for sure. And I think in the second goal, we dealt with the counter quite well in terms of numbers, but then just got a little bit soft in the coverage.
We'll go to Austin David.
Hey, Becky, in terms of those 2 goals kind of coming in transition moments, how do you kind of take that as a learning lesson for your team going forward, just getting better in those transition moments and kind of defending a bit more collectively?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. For us, we've talked about transition. Just we talk about it in terms of like next play speed. So if we have a turnover and there's a transition, what does it look like for us? And it's just like we want an immediate recovery. And I wasn't disappointed with the recovery. It was more just like once we got there, did we put enough pressure on the ball? And probably the answer was no.
Go back to Julia.
Becky, you mentioned that the team grew into the game, and especially in the first half, it seemed that those final 15 minutes, the attack just gained a lot more comfort, a lot more kind of dominance on the ball. What do you think it was that was allowing, your team to kind of shift like that in game and make those in-game adjustments?
Well, I just feel like we did a good job of finding pockets of space and keeping the ball. And in terms of the way we want to play, I think we did some really good things. I think we still, like at halftime, we were kind of emphasizing have a little more patience in the attacking third, because I thought we were patient until the attacking third, and then we sort of rushed it a little bit at times. But I think that's going to be something we can continue to get better at. Our players have a great mindset in terms of wanting to keep the ball and wanting to offer for one another. And I think if we can grow that into the final third, we're going to make real strides.
Go to Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hi, Becky. Thank you for the time. In the second half, Sanchez was freed up to take that shot to get Washington the win. Was Taylor Korniak playing the 6, and is she going to be an option moving forward in that position as well?
She was playing the 6, and that is a spot that we've been looking at her. I think it really suits her skill set. She has a terrific long-range distribution ability. Clearly, her defensive presence in the air is something that we can take advantage of, and hopefully offensively too. And I think she's still learning that position, but she's made really quick strides for sure.
Go back to Austin.
Becky, 20 shots for Washington in this game. Despite that, like I said, those 2 transition moments that they had, how were your thoughts on just the general shape of the defense throughout most of the game?
To be fair, like saying 20 shots surprises me a little bit. I mean, I think early in the game, there was a couple of dangerous moments that they had for sure. But when you say 20 shots, I'm thinking, how dangerous were those opportunities? And I felt like we were managing the game quite well. I think, if I'm not really much in worrying about shot count as much as like shot selection. And I think when Sanchez scored that second goal, we were just too soft. I mean, you cannot give a player of her caliber that kind of time and space.
And Julia with the final one.
Becky, this is your first loss with the Pride. I was just kind of wondering, how do you approach, the hours, the day after a loss, and how do you plan on, using this as a building moment for this team moving into next week?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I never feel like any one result defines a team or a person. I think for us, it's about building off the things that we're doing well, but also, taking a hard look in the mirror about mentality. 1-0 on the road should be enough to win a game. And we need to make strides in that part of it too. And I think when you feel the sting of a loss like this, I think everyone's really motivated to do that.